How is Christopher Walken post-divorce different than regular Christopher Walken?
Where do Fallout Boys become Fallout
Right,
Men?
yeah, you're right.
At the Fallout Breasts.
Well, it was Grand Poo beer first.
So everybody's invited, and there's going to be free cake and free ice cream.
Okay, I feel surrounded. This is like the beginning of an X-rated movie, maybe? I don't know.
You kids at home, be safe. Would you put down that video game and actually go live your lives?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Hair the Dogcast. We are at the PRGE, as you know, and we are here with, Tom and Brad. Hi guys.
Hi. Well, hi.
Special
I'm
guest,
Brad.
Joe from Limited Run Games.
What's up, Joe?
That's me.
Welcome
Hi.
to the cast.
Hi. I don't know where I am. Where am I?
We're in Portlandia.
We're in Portland.
We did it.
I've been
Portland.
drinking a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't really know if this is actually happening.
It's a long day.
I've been up since 5 a.m. and I was up and out till like 1 last night.
You ready for that
As you
tonight
do.
again, right?
It's a convention life.
Absolutely. Why would I not do that while I'm out here?
Exactly.
You know, I could sleep when I'm home.
That's the plan tonight, for sure.
First thing this morning, I saw a giant line at your guys' booth.
Yeah.
What was going on there?
Okay, so
Autographs?
No.
What?
I self-published a game called Revenge of the Birdking. That was just my thing, like it's unrelated to Limited Run. I work at Limited Run, but this had nothing to do with them.
Okay. Self-published.
I self-published.
You did everything?
Yeah. I developed the game myself, and I self-published a physical print run of this game.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was tied to a event that I can't talk about due to NDAs and stuff like that.
Fun.
But it was
Okay.
the whole release of both the physical game and the digital game were tied to this event that has since fallen apart and been canceled. And then
Okay.
after that,
Right.
It here.
well after
Was
that,
it the storming of Area 51? Was that?
that played entirely
yeah.
into it.
Okay. All right. Great.
But after that, the digital version got canceled entirely.
Okay.
Can't release it contractually. It's like someone else funded me doing that port.
Yeah.
And the only part I funded was the publishing of the discs.
Oh my God.
So now I own the discs as my own personal property, but I can't sell them. And I can't sell them because there's no digital version. And on PS4, all physical games are required to have a digital version to accompany them.
Yeah.
So since I can't release the digital version, I can't release the physical version.
Okay.
But they are my private property, and I do own
Sure.
them. And I have given some out to collectors and stuff like that. And I had a handful that I had with me here.
Okay.
I had about a backpack full, and I was
That's
like, okay,
rad.
well, I'm working at the Limited Run booth, so if you come see me at the show, I'll have copies. And I was not expecting.
Mass hysteria.
No, I was not expecting what happened.
Right.
Because it's a dumb, stupid game, and and the entire event where I was originally going to release it, like it was treated as a gag. Like the
Sure.
digital version coming out on PlayStation and it having a physical version was a gag.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
that all fell apart, and now it's like, great, I have this very expensive gag that I can't do anything. I can't sell these, and people are mad at me that I can't sell them. But it's like, dude, I'm not gonna sell them. I can't go online and sell
So
them.
I don't know how much you can talk about it, but do you ever foresee a day when it will get released digitally or potentially? Or?
I mean, maybe, but
Okay.
it's one of those things. It's like right now, it's been such a headache that I'm not even pushing for, especially because the games existed digitally on Vita and Switch, and it's not been a big seller. You know what I mean? It's just kind of a dumb, silly game.
I don't even know what kind of game it is, but it sounds fucking great.
It's like a cross between Mega Man and Zelda 2.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Yes,
And-
it's just this dumb thing, and
Yeah.
it was never big digitally. Nobody really cared.
Sure.
So the hoops I'm gonna have to go through to just like square away releasing the PS4 digital version just feels like it's just kind of not worth it.
Okay.
If people want to play it digitally, it's on these other platforms.
Right. Let the people demand whether or not they want to see it.
Right.
But if you had that line this morning, there are people who are clamoring.
Yeah, they wanted it.
Yeah.
But I mean, who doesn't? We're in a place with game collectors. Who doesn't want a canceled video game?
People are desperate for that
Be a
stuff.
rare
Yeah.
item or something.
Right.
So what do you do for Limited Run Games then?
So I work on the development side. I do a lot of our ports. So if we have developers that, this is a great example. We put out a game called Bomb Chicken, and we did it on Nintendo Switch. And we wanted to do a PS4 version, but they did not. I guess that's a running theme. I didn't realize there's the bird game and now there's a chicken game.
Yeah, a lot of foul.
But so we wanted to do a PS4 version, but they didn't have the Like, they didn't have the time or the resources to do a PS4 port. So they gave me the source code, and I made the PS4 version for them, so that we could make them a physical release.
Like, fucking give it to Joe.
Yeah.
He'll make it.
So we do. A recent one would have been like Double Switch. The anniversary edition.
Corey Haim?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Corey Haim dude.
I did the Nintendo Switch version of that.
Oh, that's awesome. I heard a lot of people talk about that.
Yeah.
Actually,
so that was a lot of fun. So like that kind of stuff I do, and then also like I work with our developers to walk them through the whole process of make it as painless as possible, because there's a whole conversion process you have to go through. You don't just like take the digital version and be like save as, disc. So I wasn't working there when Night Trap came out.
Right.
I started shortly after that. But Night Trap was the first one when I was buying from Limited Run that I was nervous. I was out there like at my computer, I was like, I'm not gonna get this game and I really want it.
Yeah.
And it seemed like one of those things that like in hindsight, it's obvious that it should have been like more or something like that, or like we should have expected it to be more popular. Mm-hmm. But I can tell you just from being a part of that conversation every day about all the upcoming releases, it's very easy to think something's going to be obvious and it's not.
Right. I remember that shit was like trending on Twitter like when that was announced.
Yeah.
Like the pre-orders for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big deal. And then when we got to rectify that when we came around for the Switch version. Because now, like all our Switch games, we do open pre-orders. So it's like the Switch games are still limited; they're just available for like a window of time. That what is it? 2 weeks in most cases. Sometimes it's 4 weeks. Yeah, exactly. But like if you want it, there's this gap of time that you can go on and pre-order it and get it.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I think in the end, like it's those kind of the people that are fixated on that kind of thing. It's a large part of our customer base, but at the same time, it's a niche part of it.
Yeah,
most people look at games like we put out like Celeste and stuff like that that were very big successes. Those people aren't like, oh, I want to have this game because it's going to be rare and expensive. They're like, no, I really love this game.
I love this game. I need it.
And you kind of see us exploring more of that, especially with like our collector's editions, trying to just make something that like, hey, it's not just there's like a couple thousand of these. Like, no, this is a really cool CE that we got to make directly with the developer. We get to ship it right to the consumer, and it's like this is a thing that you were never going to have before.
Right.
And that's like something that we've been able to explore more recently. That's been really, really cool for us.
So when it comes to porting the games, has there been a game or maybe a system in general that has been particularly difficult to have get working on a specific platform at all?
My answer is just going to be yes.
They will remain.
And I'm not going to step on anybody's toes. But.
Sure. Do you have access to? I mean, you must have access to the source code.
When I do a port, yeah.
Do the port? Okay.
Yeah.
You're not left out to dry, or
right?
Yeah, because that would suck.
No, I wouldn't want to do it.
Right.
That's not.
Joe puts his freaking foot down.
Yeah, no, it's
give this man source code.
I'll port your source code, but I'm not going to remake your game from scratch.
Right.
Unless Josh makes me. So if the boss man comes in, and he's like, you have to do this. I'm like, well, you're paying me.
Josh,
so.
don't do that to Joe, man.
He knows he knows what I don't want him to do, and he'll do it.
Right. So this is a podcast about beer and video games and beer. Unfortunately, we don't have the beer right now. But
that is unfortunate.
Do you drink the beer, Joe?
I'm not a huge beer fan, but I like to drink.
Oh.
So I drink, but I have no. I have no preferred beer. I just drink whatever you put in front of me.
Right on.
And I have the lame ass. I like a good old fashioned.
Oh yeah.
That's my drink.
Damn.
All right.
In Wisconsin, they make them different.
They do.
They do brandy old fashions.
Really?
Yep.
Brandy old fashioned.
I don't.
We're weird.
Well.
That's the thing. I've lived there 2 years. They're crazy about it over there. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have supper clubs that we drink.
Supper clubs, and everyone's just drunk.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe doesn't give a shit, but we just had to let you know. This is important to us, okay?
So we're asking some questions to everyone that comes on here.
Okay. I might have some answers.
Yeah, we'll see. What is some of your favorite early memorable gaming experiences?
So I don't know. I have flashes of memory of this, right? The only reason I know the age is because my family knows and stuff like that. But I got my NES when I was 3. It was 1991.
Yeah.
And my dad's friend had just gotten his kids a Super Nintendo, and he gave us their old Nintendo and all their games.
Oh wow!
And his name
Jackpot.
his last name was Slocum, and I only remember that because it was carved into every NES cartridge. So I guess maybe that's one of my early game memories. Is all of my games just had Slocum carved into them,
right.
And
just I had a big hunting knife,
right? And I had Zelda 2. That was my first Zelda experience. That was one of my first
Me
games.
too.
I absolutely love Zelda 2. And I used to play a ton of Dragon Warrior and Final Fantasy.
Right.
I think playing games like that when I was that young are part of the reason I learned to read really quick.
So, what is the most hyped you've been for a video game release in your life?
In my life,
The most hyped you've ever been waiting for something to come out?
Besides limited run.
the original Rock Band.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I still play. I don't play a ton of music anymore, just because I had a couple of kids, and then I moved to North Carolina. I had to get rid of my house and move, so I had to get rid of my drum set and stuff like that.
Drummer by trade?
I love playing drums.
Awesome.
So when I was in high school and Rock Band came out,
That was a big deal.
that was a huge deal. And I liked that it was like the Guitar Hero thing, but it added drums. And I was like, oh, I'm already all about the drums. And I played it I played it before it came out, and the drums felt like so close to the real thing that I was like, this is amazing. Like when I was waiting for that game to come out, I couldn't take it. And it was like I was really into classic rock at the time too, and like that was the whole set list on the game was classic rock. So it was like
that first release.
That's probably the last time I was just like, I'm gonna shit my pants. I'm so fucking excited for this.
Until the foot pedal breaks after 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Give me
I
that
had to
green
make
grass
my
and high
own.
tide. Yeah.
Well, you are a developer and you work in the gaming industry. What is your proudest achievement that you've had to contribute to gaming?
So it's not well known in any way, but my proudest achievement is a game called Super Gun World 2. It is like the predecessor to that Revenge of the Birdking game that we were talking about.
Yeah.
I made the game entirely alone, so I did every aspect of the game.
Yeah.
And I put it through console certification and stuff on my own. I never went to school. I'm self-taught for programming and stuff like that, so I'm not like I don't have an engineering background.
Yeah. That
but
certification process is not cheap.
It's not cheap, and it's very difficult.
Yeah.
And I had an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 dev kit that I ordered and had sent to my house, and I went through the verification process with Microsoft and Sony.
Oh my God.
And I did the whole thing entirely by myself. And the game came out and it had better review scores than Mighty Number 9. And it's a Mega Man style game.
Awesome.
And I was like, I made this game with very little experience in about 12 months.
Yeah.
And at the very least, you could argue it was received the same, if not better, than a game by
the guy that actually
the father
made
of Mega Man.
Right.
So I was very proud of that game. It's not the greatest game in the world by any means, but like I did it, and that's just like one of those things. I look back, I'm like, I can't believe I did that. That was a rough time. That was hard.
That is an achievement.
That
qualifies.
Done.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So how can our devoted listeners and fans find you online, reach out to you?
Easiest place to find me, like everybody, I guess, is Twitter.
Sure.
I'm on twitter.com/SuperNESJoe. I'm pretty easy to find. I'm super active on there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Discord for Limited Run, and this is terrible because I don't actually know what it is. But if you like go through Limited Run's channels, it's pretty easy to find.
Okay.
But there's a Discord for Limited Run that I'm very active on because sometimes there's this thing in my job called green bars. It's when a build is processing, or I'm burning a test disk,
Okay,
and it's just
you
a
got some
green
time.
bar that just goes. So I hang out on Discord, and I troll all of our fans and customers, and I'm just like, oh. And then the green bar fills, and I go back to work. So like, during green bar time, I'm very active on the internet.
A man who knows how to multitask.
Yeah, multitask.
Right. Well, hey, Joe, thank you very much for coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. I hope you guys keep killing it all weekend.
It's been absolutely wild.
Yeah.
It has been.
We're
Most
glad,
of the time, we've had a line.
Yeah, we're glad you could like tear yourself away from your booth long enough to
come
talk
down.
to us. Yeah.
Yeah, I just told them to deal with it, and I walked away. So.
Joe's the man.
Yeah, you can find us
You
at
should
Hot
be like Joe.
Dogcast, Hair of the Dogcast, on Instagrams, Twitters, everything.
Yeah, subscribe to us on your favorite podcast service.
Like,
or your favorite
follow,
Dogcast.
And we're going to get out there and go waste more money on a bunch of nostalgic things I'll probably never play.
Are you guys on MySpace?
Not yet.
Working on
My
it.
name is Tom.
We're thinking about branching out.
So,
Yeah, gotta get on that. It's looking hot. It's due for a comeback.
yeah, one day, we'll look into it.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. From Portland Retro Gaming Expo 2019, this is Hair of the Dogcast. We will see you next time.
Later.
Goodbye.
Oh.